Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Janarandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Om Jnanatirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadameyam Dadati Sapadantikam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatdeshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Give me the hard copy of Bhagavatam. Last time we were discussing Bhagavatam, no? Okay, so last time what we were discussing? Hare Krishna. Gajendra Moksha. So we found that till which verse it was covered? 20? Okay, don't bring water. Come, sit. 22nd was covered. Vrikavaraha Mahisarkshalya Gopuchashala Vrikamarkatascha Anyatra Shudra Harinasha Shadayash Charantyabhita Yadanugrahena 8 to 22. So we find that there were many varieties of animals: foxes, boars, buffaloes, bears, porcupines, type of deer. So they were not afraid of Gajendra because they were loitering elsewhere in the forest and they were not afraid of him. But practically rest all animals were controlled by the king of elephant. So yet although they had respect for Gajendra, but they were not fearful. So they could move anywhere without fear. But they had respect for Gajendra. So out of respect, they did not stand before him. Understanding? Who? The other animals. Out of respect, they did not stand before him. So this was the influence and the control of the Gajendra and over the entire forest. So it was very influential. But material nature will not spare anybody despite your external influence and external controllership, because much against our desires we have to fall on our knees and fall in dust in front of material nature in form of cruel death or old age or diseases in our own body. So human life is not to solve the external, human life is not to aspire something which is available even in all the other species, but we should aspire for something which is not available in other species. Tasyeva heto prayateta kovido na labhyate yad brahmatam paryada tallabhyata dukkhavatanyatah sukham kalena sarvatra kabhira ramhasa. So as eternal living entities, we have been wandering in the cycle of birth and death from uppermost, topmost planet down to the lowest planet in varieties of species, in varieties of universes, in different types of species. And we have been doing the same thing, punah charvita charvanana, achieving the same chewed material in form of eating, sleeping, sex life and defending. But still we are not satisfied. Because that is not the natural position of the jiva to derive satisfaction in selfish independent enjoyment. But the jiva is dependent enjoyer. Dependent enjoyer. We cannot be independent enjoyer. We are dependent enjoyer. So our enjoyment should lie in depending on the instructions of Guru and Krishna. We should derive our enjoyment there, not by doing something independent of Guru and Krishna. The conditioned state, the jiva derives enjoyment by doing something independent of Guru and Krishna's desire. And liberated state, the jiva derives enjoyment by being obedient, being submissive and being controlled and being predominated by the instructions of Guru and Krishna. So we should derive enjoyment in being controlled, not by being the controller of the forest of material enjoyment. Now this forest, this material world is being compared with forest. And we are like walking like Gajendra. And we are deriving enjoyment in being the controller, getting the influence, getting the power. There is a nature of the independent jiva in the forest of material enjoyment. But much against our desire, the crocodile is awaiting in form of death, cruel death. So the more we remain independent, to that degree it will be very difficult to face the harsh reality when it comes, when we encounter it. But the degree we are dependent, then we will be happy also, we will be enjoying also, and we will not be too much astonished when we will be facing the fag end of our life, because we will have prepared ourselves. Understanding? So which dog is enjoying more actually? The dog who is loitering in the street or the dog who has accepted master? Though apparently it looks like the dog who has master is having strip around his neck, is always being pulled, he is supposed to behave in a certain way, he is supposed to conduct himself in a certain way. But actually he lives a life of freedom, because he is dependent enjoyer. He depends on his master for everything. Same way, if we depend on our superior for everything, then we become dependent enjoyer, and we enjoy the bliss of Krishna consciousness. But the more we act whimsically, independently, with our own mind and senses, to that degree we will be bereft of the bliss of Krishna consciousness, and we can never realize the shloka which Krishna is telling, Su sukham kartum abhyayam. How there can be bliss in chanting? How there can be bliss in dancing? So, though the process is very blissful, but we cannot access that bliss unless we become dependent enjoyer. Dependent and controlled. Who is enjoying in the forest actually? You tell me. The other animals, they are living life of freedom. So when we have, already we are drowning in the samsara of material ocean, and above that our controllership mentality, our doership mentality, our enjoyership mentality becomes like a further bigger heavy burden on our head, which makes us go sink faster, sink deeper. So hence we should, if you are getting fever, then we should not function in a way that increases the temperature. We should function in a way that decreases the temperature. And the process of Krishna consciousness is to decrease the fever of material enjoyment. And the more we try to be independent and whimsical, to that degree we are aggravating our fever. So hence it's important to understand that what is my mode of functioning and living in my life. Am I being controlled? Am I being predominated? Am I being subjugated by my superiors? If no, then there is some problem. Is there somebody above me whose instruction I am functioning by? Or I am with my own mind? Or am I riding on the chariot of my mind? Mano rathena dhavato samai. He is riding on the chariot of mind, being influenced by the illusory energy. And is riding very fast. And is thinking that I am making progress. We don't have to ride on the chariot of mind. We have to ride on the chariot of instructions of Guru and Krishna. Okay, next shloka. Sagharma tapta karibhi karenu bir vrito madachyut karabhir anudratha girim garimna paritah parakampayan. All of you can recite together. Nishevyamano likuler madashanah saro nilam pankajarenu rushitam jigran viduran madavivalekshanah vritah swayuthena trisharditena tat sarovarabhyasamathagammadrutam. So he, the leader of elephants, was perspiring, and he was together with his female elephants, and he was drunk. His liquor was dripping from his mouth. So he was surrounded by small elephants who were following him, and he was very heavy. And his vision was overwhelmed by intoxication. He was being served by bumblebees who drank honey, and from a distance he could smell the dust of the lotus flowers. Which lotus flowers they were? They were lotus flowers whereof the lake where his death was awaiting. The fragrance was coming from that lake. So he is going to move towards that lake now. Thus surrounded by his associates who were afflicted by thirst, he soon arrived at the bank of the lake Providence, where crocodile is waiting for Gajendra to come. Vigahya matasmin amritambu nirmalam hema ravindotpalareenu rushitam aponikamam nijapushkarodhritam atmanamadbhi snapayan gataklamah. He entered into the lake, and the water is considered amrita ambu. The water was very pure, as pure as nectar. What looks externally very beautiful may not be actually safe. The water is how? Amrita ambu. But in that Amrit, his death is awaiting. So don't get carried away by Amrit ambu of illusory energy. Amrit ambu means what? What is written here? Amrit ambu means what word meaning?
Nectarine water.
What is nectarine water in Maya? Everything is nectarine water only. But in that, what is awaiting? Our death is awaiting. Our spiritual death may not be material. spiritual. What is more painful, material death or spiritual death? Spiritual death. Material death, even cats and dogs are dying without any pain. Spiritual death, human life, we should fearful of. We should not be fearful of material death. We should be fearful of spiritual death. The more we are fearful of spiritual death, less we will be fearful of material death. But we are more fearful of material death, less of spiritual death. The material death anyway is going to happen. What is there in our hand that I can protect myself from spiritually dying? That is in our hand. And hence we can become immortal. We can become immortal. But still we will die, no, bro. How? See, it said that we will die, correct. But this will be last death. After that, no more death. Because we won't take rebirth. And we do not take rebirth, there won't be death. Like that we can conquer our death. So we should spiritually be alive. All that glitters is not gold. Maya's glamour is for fools. So this water is also glittering. To whom? Gajendra. And he could not see beneath the water. So we should develop the Shastra Chakshu, by which we should be able to see behind the curtain. Behind the curtain of illusory energy, we should be able to see the Prakshepatmika and Avaranatmika Shakti of illusory energy, which makes us covered and kicks us. Behind what? Yeah, behind all the glittering nature of this material world, we should try to see the real substance within. Because in reality, everything is cheating only in material world. Material world is not real. It is just illusion. Only to delude the jiva who wants to enjoy without Lord. And this was a vision which Vyasadeva got when he got darshan of Lord. He could see Lord and illusory energy of the Lord also. And Lord smiles at illusory energy because of the way she is tricking the conditioned jivas. Just like the child sometimes wants from father, the mobile. But father is not giving and child is making hue and cry. And what the smart mother does, smart mother takes the mobile cover and she gives to the child. And child becomes very happy. That, oh, I got mobile, and he is telling hello, hello. And father is smiling at the mother. Why? Because she has smartly tricked the child. Same way the Lord is smiling at the illusory energy, that she is smartly tricking the conditioned jivas and trying to give them kick, to reform them and to bring them back, which is the purpose of the Lord. So Lord and Maya, though they look like a separate team, but actually they are in same team only. Why? Because the purpose of both of their is same only. What is the purpose? To get the conditioned souls back. One behaves little gentleman, another is like little rowdy type of behavior. Rowdy type means kicking, beating, slapping. The Lord is pulling from front with loving hand, and Maya is kicking from behind. So that the jiva goes back. So they both are in one team only. So we should not see them different. We should see the loving hand of the Lord and cruel hands of the Maya also. And try to understand what am I doing here and where am I supposed to go? How am I supposed to function? The tattva should be clear, then only we can live our life properly. And everywhere we should see like that. Not only sitting in class. Even when you go to job, when you're dealing with people outside, you should have this vision and not get deluded by Gajendra, like Gajendra, which is going to happen with him now. He's getting attracted to the Amrita Ambu. Nirmalam. Nirmalam is? It was very crystal clear water. And it was Hema, very cold. See, all the sense objects of this world are very beautifully made. Very cold, very crystal clear, smooth, soft. But just because it's smooth and soft, now a snake body is also smooth and soft. That does not need to take the snake on your shoulder, right? Snake is also very soft, and its body is very cool. Same with the sense objects of this world are like snake only. When we are taking it, we are just preparing ourselves to die. Die how? Spiritually. Spiritually. And we take the snake and the snake bites us. We don't get attracted by the cooling nature of this sense objects in this material world, which is like poison in the nectar in the beginning, poison in the end. All the sense objects are impregnated with the child name Dukh. यही संस्पर्श जाब होगा दुख यो नयेवते आद्यंतवंत कौन्ते अनते शूरमते भूता. An intelligent person does not try to derive sense enjoyment in the lake of the material world, because it is infested with crocodile of bondage, entanglement, suffering, misery, pain. He is getting attracted and he enters in that lake. And then it was mixed with the dust of lotus flowers and water lilies, which was very, very good or bad? Good. But there was crocodile also. Both were there. Nothing comes for free in this world. He has to pay price for the lily and water, what he is taking now. It's like, Prabhu, the material enjoyment is like honey on blade. Is there some happiness? Yes. Is there or not? Yes. It's there. But how many of you will lick that? You get that honey? But we lick that actually not seeing the blade behind the honey. And that's the wonderful packaging of Maya. She packs the blade in such a way that only honey is visible. Only lilies and water flower, only this is visible. Crystal clear water is visible. Except crocodile, everything is visible. And later on, only crocodile will be visible. But that time it's too late. Same way external, everything looks nice. So what is the problem in material enjoyment? Everything is so good. I'll do like this, I'll adjust like this. My life will go on very nicely. No, you are seeing only water lilies. But once you will be caught, what you are seeing now, everything will become invisible. And what is invisible now, only that will be visible. Still, it's circus of material enjoyment. Circus, 25 paisa circus. Nobody tells. After being caught with crocodile, nobody tells that there was crocodile. Everybody describes only the advertisement part. No, there was water lily, there was fragrant, it was very Amrita Ambu, it was crystal clear, it was very, very easily available. Nobody tells the reality. Did grandfather tell you what is the reality after passing away? Great grandfather, they all chewed and went away. Did they tell the reality? Still, they want the next generation to chew that same chewed thing which they are doing, and they are not satisfied, and they are still caught by crocodile and telling, "Well, child, you also get caught. You also do the same, traverse the same path." So this is a illusion of the material world, that everybody is suffering, everybody is dying, but nobody wants to tell the reality. So we need to understand the glories of the scripture, that their true love is that they are telling us the reality. सपुष्करेणो धृतशीकराम्बुधैर् बुभिर्निपाययन् संस्नपयन् यथा गृही गृणीकरेणु करभांश दुर्मदो नाचष्टकृश्रं कृपणो जमायया. So he, the leader of elephants, with his trunk, he drew out some water and he sprinkled. Sprinkled on whom? Grini. He was very kind to his family members. But all our kindness will end if it's not connected to Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas. The so-called social service is like and being good, do good. That is like Gajendra taking care of his wife and children. Karenu, he has several wives. Karabhan, and he had children also. And he was Durmada, he was too attached to the family members. He was so attached to the family members that he na chashta krishram kripanaha. Na chashta krishram. He did not consider the hard labor that he was undergoing to water his family, wives and children. He was drawing out water from the lake and sprinkling on? No. It's like, somebody is doing job for 18 hours and taking care of his wife and kids and trying to give them satisfaction, trying to keep them satisfied. People are doing hard labor. Correct? For whom? To satisfy their wives and kids. There is no other purpose. But no matter how much ever you satisfy them, they won't be there at the last moment to help you. Deha patte kalatrādishu atma sarneshu asatsapi tesham pramatto nidhanam pashyannapi na pashyati. Deha means our body. Kalatra adishu, wife, etc., kids. Atma sarneshu asatsapi. The foolish jiva thinks that this is my sena. This is my sena, atma sena. This is my sena. The foolish jiva thinks that this is my sena. We should not consider this to be our sena. We should consider our devotees to be our sena. Acharyas to be our sena. Acharyas, mercy of Guru and Krishna. We should depend on that, not on these fallible soldiers. Asat Swapi. They are called Asat. Asat means here today, gone tomorrow. You see, the same fellows for whom he is working so hard, no? They will be pulling his tail from behind when he will be caught by crocodile. He will just be crying. So those for whom we are working hard, if they are not devotees, they are just like, what they will do at the last moment? They can't help Prabhu. Somebody is already himself bound, how can it untie you? You should try to take shelter of those who are already untied. जिसका खुद का ही हाथ बंधा है, उससे आप क्या अपेक्षा कर सकते हैं कि वो आपका हाथ खोलेगा? Same way, we are already bound. Why should we invest our human energy in those who themselves are tied and who will be of no use at the time of death? We should rather invest our energy in the relationship which will be helpful at the time of. Which is that relationship? That relationship is our Guru and Krishna. Our relationship with Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas. Human energy we should invest in working hard for Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas. That cost we have to take. Otherwise, we will end up taking this. He is taking hardship, Krishram. He is doing hard work. But he is called Kripana. Kripana means Kripano Ajamayaya. He had become Kripana due to Ajamaya, due to the influence of the illusory energy of the Lord. Actually, Lord's energy is spiritual, but it becomes externally material because it is temporary and false. But actually, it is originally spiritual itself. Spiritual energy itself turns into material energy for independent jivas. When we desire to serve the Lord, when we desire to serve Hari, Guru and Vaishnava, then the same material energy turns into spiritual. Because originally it is spiritual. Listen, when you engage your body, mind and senses in service of the Lord, your body, mind and senses are purified. We would say it's under the influence of internal potency of the Lord. But when you perform with the same body, mind and senses, when you perform material activities, then we are under the influence of external energy of the Lord. Now here Gajendra is in which energy, influence of which energy? External. Because, why? Because he is not doing Rishikena Rishikesha. What is it? Rishikena Karenu Karambhash. Karenu means his wife and children. The senses are not meant to serve wife and children who are disconnected from Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas. But service to wife and children also becomes Vaishnava Seva, or service to Guru and Krishna if they are also devotees. But here, is it devotee family? Which family it is? It is non-devotee family going to picnic, and they are having enjoyment. So it's called Kripana. There are two types of people, Brahman and Kripana. So we should do our duties not like a Kripana. Kripana means Kripana also does hard work, Brahman also does hard work. But there is difference in hard work. This hard work is going to be cause of bondage, and this hard work is going to be cause of liberation. Because this hard work is without being spiritual, without spiritual knowledge. Kripana's hard work is bereft of spiritual knowledge, and Brahmana does hard work with spiritual knowledge. Hence, Brahmana's hard work becomes cause of liberation, and it's under the influence of Yog Maya, not Mahamaya. So we should perform hard work for whom? For Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas. And in that hard work we should derive joy. The way he is deriving is it deriving joy or not? But he is working hard for those relations which are not going to be helpful at the time of death. But much kind Lord, though he is not doing anything much for Lord is going to appear at the end. Why? Because he offered just one lotus flower. Now you tell me, who is more easily satisfied, his wives and children or Lord? Lord. Lord has given just one lotus flower, and Lord appeared at the time of death. And he is doing so much for his wives and kids, but they will all just be crying at the bank of the lake. So Prabhu, it's very easy to please Guru and Krishna. We don't have to do too much hard work. But outside relationships, Maya, how much ever we serve, she will remain dissatisfied. And also she won't be there. All her promises are fake promises. Nothing will be there at the time of death. But Krishna is very easily satisfied, and he will be there at the time of death, which we find in case of Gajendra. He did not do much for Lord. He just offered a flower at the last part, and then Lord appeared to help him. So what will happen if we do this Krishna? Krishna means is hard work for Lord, for Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas. That's what human life, human energy is meant for. Understanding? And if you try to save, why should I hard work? Why should I spoil my energy in doing this service? Let me preserve it to serve. To serve whom? So don't preserve your energy. You should be so much exhausted in serving Guru and Krishna, there should be no more energy left to serve Maya. Somewhere energy has to be utilized. You can't say that I'll preserve myself. Don't run away from services and hardships and challenges and responsibilities in Krishna consciousness for Guru and Krishna. If you are running away, then we are inviting whom? Inviting Maya that please accept my services. Please accept my humble obeisances. Humble services at your lotus feet. So much hard work you will do later, which he is doing now. Okay, one more shloka we'll end with. तं तत्र कश्चिन्नृपदेव चोदितो ग्राहो बलीयां शरणेरुषाग्रहीत् यदृच्छयेवं व्यसनं गतो गजो यथा बलं सोऽति बलो विचक्रमे. There in the water, Tatra, someone was there. And he was inspired by Deva Choditaha. He was inspired by providence. Who was he? Crocodile. And he was Baliyan. He was very powerful. So who is powerful? Jiva or Maya? Maya. Doubt again? Because it was Deva Chodito. Deva Chodito, it was by providence. So Maya is Deva. She is not a normal being. She is Krishna's energy. So when she is there in the scene, then all your power becomes very void. We are nothing in front of Maya. Devi Yesha Gunamai Mamadaduratya. And he was very powerful. And Rusha, Agrahit Rusha, very angrily he captured Charani of Gajendra. Charan, the foot of Gajendra he caught. At the least expected moment, when he was sprinkling his wives and kids with water, all were enjoying. And who was having eye? Who was looking at Gajendra enjoying the scene? Crocodile. Nobody else was looking. So we become blinded to the reality when we enjoy. We should enjoy, but with vision of crocodile also. That Prabhu, be ready, there is death also. So don't get too much enamored by the enjoyment. And he was in dangerous position. The elephant was certainly strong. He tried his best to get free from this danger sent by providence. But all our power will prove to be useless at the time of death. All our influence, all our controllership, all our whatever power and external name, fame, glory which we have accumulated, all will prove to be useless. What is going to help at the time of death? How much bhakti we did. How many lotus flowers we offered to Krishna? How many rounds we have chanted? How much did we serve Mahat? How much did we take advantage of opportunity to hear and chant? So all our power is meant for this actually, not for what Gajendra did, because that will prove to be useless. Any questions? No questions? Till what time class is there? 8:10, huh? Okay. तथा दुरं यूथपतिं करेण वो विकृष्यमाणं तरसा बलीयसा विचक्रुषुर्दीनधियो परे गजः पार्ष्णी गृहास्त्रारयितुं न चक्षाशकन्. Then in that grave condition, Yuthapatim, the leader of the elephants, his wives, when he was attacked by the crocodile Liyasa with the great strength, the wife started to Karena Vaha Vichukrushuhu. Wife started crying. Deena Dhiyaha. They were very less intelligent. So Prabhu, we should make relations with intelligent. Who are the intelligent? Jai Bhaja Krishna, Jai Bhaja Chatur. It's only intelligent relationship. With intelligent we should keep relationship. Who are intelligent? Intelligent devotees are those who are always seeing through the eyes of Guru, Sadhana and Shastra. Intelligent devotees are those who are always talking about Guru and Krishna. They are intelligent devotees. So even in association of devotees also we should be selective about our wives and children. Or what is wives and children? Wife and children or associates. Associate means our friends. Our friends, we should be careful. That they should not be less intelligent fellows who will be crying. Who will start crying when something happens. They should be those who should be with courage reminding you about mercy of Guru and Krishna, and take shelter of Guru and Krishna, increase your rounds, chant better, read Prabhupada books, attend morning program better, go for Harinam, go for distribution. So those who give you this kind of advice, they are the intelligent people. Less intelligent will start crying when there will be crisis. They will be with you when you will be happy, but the moment you will go in crisis, either they won't be visible, or if they will be visible, they will be also crying. Crying means what? Crying means they will not be able to encourage you. They won't be able to do any tangible help to you. Don't make such kind of relations. You have to make relations either with outside with wives and kids, otherwise here with devotees. So in that also we should see which category of devotees we should make relationship. Not with those who are crying at the time of crisis, but those who are bold and courageous and helping us to take shelter of Guru and Krishna even in the time of crisis. So they were, Vichukrushu, Dina Diya, they were less intelligent. And Apare Gajaha, they were other elephants also together with him. Pashni Graha, they were holding him from, grasping him from behind. They can't come in front. The Prabhupada would say that we have to fly our own plane of life. We can have training like this together, but when you will encounter crocodile, that time everybody will go in background. All your training you need to use. All your classes that we have heard, all the Charnamrit that we have drunk, all the Mahaprasad that we have eaten, everything has to be used at time of death. Used means the consciousness with which we are drunk and eaten, that has to be used at that time. The prasad is not something like you eat and it went out. Prasad is not just that. Prasad is the consciousness with which we have eaten. That remains in our subtle body. The consciousness with which we have honored Charnamrit, that remains in our subtle body. And all this power we have to use at the time of death. Prabhupada would say that whatever you have done throughout your life will be all tested at the time of death. Bottles and bottles of Charnamrit and plates of Mahaprasad, and how much ever service and how much ever reading and hearing and chanting, it will all be tested at the time of. So we have to fly our own plane of life. Rest all will be there together. Till when? Till you are not caught by crocodile. The moment you are caught by crocodile, everybody else will go in back on, because it's only 1-to-1 fight with Maya. It's only 1-to-1 at the time of death between you and Krishna only. You can't take support. Whatever you had to take, you took before. Correct? We won't be, nobody else will be there, bro. If I die, okay, maximum devotees can come and do kirtan. But still, what you think in mind, that you only know. It may be that, devotees doing kirtan and I'm thinking of a woman. So nobody can do actually anything. We will become helpless at the time of death like this. Of course, devotees will not cry because the devotees are not less intelligent. They will be doing kirtan standing at the bank of the lake. But they are doing kirtan, huh? What they are doing? They are weeping. This is material relation. Aay, wo chala gaya, abhi kya hoga? So devotees will not cry. Devotees will be chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Devotees will be chanting, but what you have to do, that is not dependent on devotees. Whether you are thinking of Krishna when devotees are chanting or not, that all depends on your individual sincere practice of throughout life. Understanding? They were trying to free him. Pashni Graha, they were grasping him from behind. But Ashakan, no, they were not able to do. Nobody will be able to rescue us from death. They may book an ambulance and they may take us to Bharati hospital and here and there. But if it's time to go, no matter how much whether you hold from behind or hold from front, he has to go with particular type of consciousness. which he has done prepared throughout his life. His wife felt very sorry and began to cry. So to the degree we are materially oriented, to that degree we will be crying at the time of crisis. But the more we are spiritually prepared, we won't be crying, we won't be disheartened, we won't be disappointed, we won't be frustrated when we'll encounter something critical or crisis situation in our spiritual life also. The crisis comes at the least expected moment. Health crisis or mental crisis or spiritual crisis. So we have to build our muscles. The more we sweat in peace, less we bleed in war. Gajendra was he sweating before? No, he was not sweating. He was oozing that liquor which he had drunk. He was enjoying. But now he is bleeding because he had not sweat before. The same way when we don't work hard in Krishna consciousness, when it's peaceful time, then we will lose our calm and there will be storm in our spiritual life. Understanding? So if you want to be peaceful in storm, or you want to be peaceful in calm? Calm, you understand? Calm, C-A-L-M. We should, to maintain our peace in storm, you have to be rigorous. You see the army soldiers, when there is peaceful time, when there is no war, are they relaxing? No, what are they doing? They are continuously practicing, drilling, keeping their muscles. Same way when everything is going good in spiritual life, we should be continuously sweating hard, so that when crocodile will catch, that time we won't be bleeding much. Because you sweat in peace, you will bleed less in war. Because there will be war inevitably. War between us and crocodile, war between us and Maya at the time of death. So how much did we endeavor, drilling and hard work did we do throughout our life when everything was peaceful, when our body is healthy, when mind is proper, when we are not handicapped, when we are getting 2 times nice prasad, when having good devotees, when having good Prabhupada books, we are having good devices to hear lectures, we are having our feedback, we are having opportunity to attend morning program. Prana samaya kapavata pitta. At the time of death, our throat will not be able to chant Hare Krishna Prabhu. It will be blocked with mucus, and there will be pressure in eyes. The eyes will be popping out, and ears won't be able to hear. It's all about subtle body functioning. Where is my subtle body now? Gross body, everybody will become like that. If you remain alive till death. So, hence it's important that we are sweating in peace, to bleed less in war. Niyudhayatorevam nakrayor vikarshatorantarto bahirmitha samasahasram vyagaman mahipate sapranayoschtramamam satamaraha. This way the fighting started. Ibha Indraha of the elephant, king Nakrayoho, and the crocodile. Vikarshato, crocodile was pulling him antarata in the water, and elephant was pulling him outside the water. Like this, there was struggle between crocodile and elephant. For years, Sahasram Samaha, for 1000 years the struggle went on. 1000 years passed. Like the Shukdev Goswami is telling to Parikshit Maharaj. Chitram, wonderful was that this was looking wonderful to the demigods. My Lord, such a fight for 1000 years going on between elephant and crocodile. Struggle for existence. But Prabhupada said there is struggle for existence, but even fittest also will not survive. Fittest also has to die. You see, are we not struggling for existence right from our first day we came out of womb? Right from first day, mother is worrying, feed something to child, otherwise he will die. Protect him from death. Why are we going for number 1, number 2, eating 3 times prasad? Why? Because otherwise we will die. But still, despite doing so much maintenance in our body, eating 3 times food, still we are getting old. Still our bodies will get disease, still we will die. So we are struggling for maintaining our existence, but despite this struggle, one day this struggle has to end with death. So the fittest also will not survive. See now, how many of you agree that before 20, the body is like you can digest stone also. But after 20, after 25, 30, the body becomes very sensitive. You have to be cautious about what you are eating, what you are drinking. You all agree? Correct? And after 30, 35, 40, how much ever maintenance you do, the body will respond in the opposite way. And after 50, it will go further deteriorate, and we will get frustrated if you are not Krishna conscious. So struggle for existence, but for years we are also fighting. Like actually, our fight is not starting at the time of death, Prabhu. It is started for the first day only. In womb only there is struggle. You know that there are multiple jivas, and then there is competition. Who will actually get body? When the sperm and ovum mix, that time there are many jivas are there. But who will actually get the body and come out successful? Rank 1. So from there only the competition is on. But rank 1 to get die like this. And inside our body also there is struggle of the different bacteria, viruses, microorganisms, WBC, RVC. There is fight, there is war. There is struggle for existence inside also and outside also. But much against our desire. Even the fittest struggler also will not survive. At the time, at last, who will survive here? Who will survive? Yeah. Nobody will survive. Gajendra will get mukti and leave body. And they have not mentioned the wives and kids. Do you think this is right? Needless to mention, whether they are mentioned or not, nobody will survive. Like this fight was very amusing to the demigods. So just like, when there is some quarrel on road, then everybody surrounds that, oh, what is happening, who is going to win, what happened. Like that, the demigods have come to watch. So anyway, subsequently it will come that they were thinking that he will call me, but Gajendra did not call any of them. He calls the Supreme Lord. So we should not seek any kind of hope from the material shelters. We should keep zero hope on account balance, zero hope on mother and father, zero hope on everything else. We should keep only hope on Guru and Krishna. They are my only hope. Devotees are my only hope. Prabhupada is my only hope. Don't keep any hope on Maya and on her agents, because they will ditch you at the least expected moment. They will stab you from behind by binding us to the cycle of birth and death. Understanding? Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions? Any comments?
Continuously work like तरावरम किया बीच में
No, it was continuous.
जनरली फाइट होती है पहले के टाइम पर एक नियम होता है इसमें
प्रभु एक्चुअली
उस चीजें थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट होता है ना 1000 years like some time.
So this is not happening on this world. This time duration is not mentioned of humanly years. Trikut mountain is not here, not on earth, where this fight is happening.
Okay.
It's recorded history not of this planet, some other planet, because Bhagavatam is filled with many historical accounts where there is evidence of the Supreme Lord entering into the picture for the protection of his devotee. So Shukdev Goswami is recalling one of such incident to prove that how kind and merciful Lord is, that even the little devotional service somebody performs, Lord keeps into his mind. And Lord is there at the least expected moment to help, though you have not done much for him. Gajendra did not do much for Lord. He did more for his wife and kids. So to show that, Sukdev Goswami is recalling the historical account that how Lord is the portion. Lord does the portion of his devotees. The nourishes and protects his devotees. So like that we will see when Lord will appear in the scene to save Gajendra. When Gajendra cried out in distress. Gajendra is not considered to be pure devotee because he is taking shelter in distress. He was not always Krishna conscious. Before he was enjoying. But when distress came, because he was Punya Atma, he had done some bhakti in past, he could recall everything. Lord gave him remembrance. Actually, he was King Indradumna in last life, and he was cursed to become an elephant because he could not receive a sage properly. So hence he has become elephant, he forgot everything. There was influence of Maya and all. But again, Lord did not forgive. Lord did not forget. And Lord recalled, and Lord gave him remembrance, because of which he plucks out a flower and offers to the Lord. And it does not offer to the demigods who were watching the show. So all our material relations, they will be watching the show, but don't depend on them. Depend on that personality who won't be visible amongst your relatives. Who? Guru and Krishna may not be visible at the time of death, physically to us. But please offer the flower of your heart only to them. Though they may not be visible, but their mercy will come and take us back to God. Other rest all will be surrounding our deathbed, watching, onlooking, that please ask me something. What is your last wish? Last wish, I don't have any wish. My last wish is if Krishna can accept my flower of heart in this life so that I can go back to God. That should be our last wish, which Gajendra got because of his past bhakti. If you have done this bhakti also a little bit properly in this life also, no? Krishna will accept our bhakti if you are sincere. You know? Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Raji, one more question. Like when distress come to our life, generally we don't remember like we are Krishna conscious. We act according to our in very agitating situation we forget. But Gajendra was, after so many struggle only he was able to remember his past, like he was devotional service. So how we can,
So we should take shelter of devotees. We are not like Gajendra that we can directly connect with Lord. Gajendra was different being. He had good account of devotion in his life, because of which he could directly connect with Lord. We may not be so pure, we may not be so advanced. At least we can connect with the devotees around us. At least we can connect with the superiors above us, because they are available to us. Because they are also not pure devotees, they are at least easily available to me. But they are representative of pure devotees in my life. Correct? My superior may not be pure devotee, but he is representing pure devotee in my life. So let me take his shelter. Instead of struggling alone, let me take his help. Then struggle becomes blissful experience when we take help of devotees around us. We understand that I am not the only one. There are others with me, and we receive encouragement from devotees. We should be selective in association of the devotees who encourage us, who inspire us, even in the time of distress, and who represent parampara in front of us. They may be equal, but they should be more advanced, or at least they should be superior who are more advanced. Advanced means they can pull you out of distressful condition. They are not pulling. Guru and Krishna are pulling through them, because you are taking their shelter, considering them to be representative of Guru and Krishna's mercy in my life. With that hope and honesty, we should take shelter. Otherwise, we will find alone in struggle, and alone struggle becomes very difficult. Correct? Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.